Hello everyone, today I'm going to talk about arithmetic progression. So the first part of it, we're going to talk about the general concept and also the general term, right? So what is an arithmetic progression? Arithmetic progression is a sequence or number sequence such that the difference between two consecutive terms is a constant. For example, if you have 5, 8, 11, 14 and so on, you can see that to go from 5 to 8, basically you plus 3, 8 to 11 you plus 3, 11 to 14 you plus 3. Now it can be a constant increase, it can also be a constant reduction. For example, you may have like 27, 23, 19, 15. In this case, you subtract by 4, subtract by 4, subtract by 4. Right. Now, generally to show that a particular number sequence is an arithmetic progression, what we can do is we find the difference between two consecutive terms. Now we say t2 minus t1. T2 means the second term. In this case, for this first example here is 8. You minus 5, the difference is 3. And then you take the third term, you minus the second term. In this case, 11 minus 8 is also 3. Now if I can show that the difference t2 minus t1 is the same as t3 minus t2, therefore we say it's an arithmetic progression with a common difference. Now the common difference, we use a symbol d. We call this a common difference, right? And your common difference d is now 3. Okay, now so if I want to find a general term, let's say we have the first term as a. Now, normally we use a as a symbol for first term. Now when you increase by a constant difference of d, the second term is a plus d. The next term is a plus 2d. Keep adding by d. The next term is a plus 3d, and so on. So this will be what we call a t1, first term, t2, t3, t4. Now, notice if for the first term you have 0d, second term you have 1d, third term you have 2d, fourth term you have 3d. Basically, to get to, for example, if I want to find the 10th term, you start with a, then you need to add 9 times of d. You keep adding 9 of d, you get a 10th d. If you want to find the 7th term with a, you increase by 60 to get to the 7th term. If I want to find the nth term, basically you have to plus n minus 1d. So generally we say tn equals to a plus n minus 1d. For example, let's say I have an arithmetic progression of, let's say, I'm going to use this example. A equals 27. My common difference is 23 minus 27, which is negative 4. If I want to find the 12th term, we take a plus, if your n is 12, 12 minus 1 is 11, d is negative 4. So you get 27 minus 44, negative 17. Now, your term can be negative, can be positive as well, right? So that's not a problem. Now, sometimes you may be required to find the term in terms of unknown n. For example, if I want to find the general term tn, I can write this as a plus n minus 1d, d is negative 4. So you get 27 minus 4n plus 4. This will be 31 minus 4n. So this is a general formula representing this number sequence here, right? If I want to find, for example, the 12th term, I can just substitute inside. Now notice, okay, I made a mistake here. This is 4 times 12, so it's 31 minus 48. You still get negative 17. Okay, simple. All right, let's move on to the next one. Okay, the next idea we'll talk about is the arithmetic mean. So this is something extra, something that we can use for arithmetic. That is, when you have 3 consecutive terms, the difference between 2 consecutive terms should be the same. It's a constant. So y minus x must be the same as z minus y. So if you bring it together, 2y is now x plus z, right? Y will be x plus z over 2. We call this an arithmetic mean because it's basically an average. The middle term is the average of the other 2. So for example, if you have, let's say, 7x and 23. So what is the middle term? We can just take 7 plus 23 divided by 2, 15. It's a quick way to find the middle term. Okay, I'll give you another example. So let's say you have let's say x minus 4, x plus 5, and 2x minus 7. Okay, so these are three consecutive terms. Now you can actually choose to take t2 minus t1. The result is t3 minus t2. You can do that. So in this case, this will be 9, right? Minus minus x cancel out. This will be x minus 12. So x should be 21. Now you can also use the middle term is the same as the sum of the other two adjacent term divided by 2. So 2x plus 10, 3x minus 11, bring over, x is still 21. Okay, so if you want to find the common difference, we know that the common difference is t2 minus t1. In fact, in this case, it's very easy because this is your t1, this is your t2. I've already taken t2 minus t1. My common difference is just 9. Right? Okay, let's move on. Now, sometimes you may want to find the nth term. So let's say you have a number sequence like this. Let's say you have 4, 9, 14 until, let's say, 49. How many terms you have? Okay, now my a is 4. My common difference is 9 minus 4, which is 5. So my Tn is now 49. Remember, Tn equals to a plus n minus 1d. So my n term is 49. My a is 4, n minus 1. My d is 5. So to find n, I take 49 and minus 4 divided by 5 plus 1. Yeah, divide by 5. I minus first, then divide by 5 plus 1. So it's 45 divided by 5, which is 9, 9 plus 1, and it's just 10. Okay. Now, sometimes they may give you a number sequence, like, okay, I just give you generally, let's say 23. Okay, I'm going to put 20, 29, 35, all the way. Now, I need to find the first term that is more than 100. So I know my a is 23. My d is 29 minus 23, which is 6. And my Tn is a plus n minus 1d, and this value should be more than 100. So here we take 100, you minus 23, divide by 6 plus 1. Now you don't get a nice answer. This is 77 divided by 6 plus 1. You get 13.83. You can change to fraction. Okay, so in this case, your n should be 14. Remember, n is a number of term, and number of term must be a whole number. Yeah, cannot have decimal, cannot have negative. So if you want to be double check, you can just put T14 in the formula here. 14 minus 1 is 13. 13 times 6, 78. Answer 101. Okay, so the 14th term is the first term that is more than 100. Okay, the next part, you need to know how to solve simultaneous equation. Yeah, let's say I'm given the sixth term. Let's say I'll just write the sixth term of an arithmetic progression is, let's say, 21, and the 13th term of an arithmetic progression is 42, right? So let's find out the first term and the common difference. So number one, we know that T6 is a plus n minus 1. Your n is 6 minus 1 is 5. 5d here. So first equation. T13, we use a plus 13 minus 1. 12d is 42. So to solve this simultaneous equation, we take equation 2 minus equation 1. 12 minus 5, 7d. 42 minus 21, 21, d is 3. So when you sub inside, let's say, equation number 1, you can find the value of d. 21 minus 15, your a is 6. Yeah. Okay. So that's all. This is the first part of arithmetic progression involving the general formula, Tn equals to a plus n minus 1d. All right,